I'm not sure where to begin, but here it goes. I've been holding on to this for far too long, and it's time to finally let it out. Even now, as I try to put my feelings into words, I feel nothing but numbness. This story isn't just about betrayal, it's about how someone can break you down piece by piece until there's nothing left. I'm a stay-at-home mom, or at least I was. I worked most of my life, including during my entire pregnancy, so staying at home was a big adjustment for me. My partner and I welcomed our first child together, a beautiful baby boy, in May of this year. I was over the moon. Along with his daughter from a previous relationship, who called me mommy, I finally had the family I'd always dreamed of. From the outside, everything seemed perfect. My partner worked overnight shifts and handled the majority of the bills while I managed the kids, housework, dinners, and even his lunches for work. I'd wake him up for his shifts, a task that felt more like trying to rouse a grumpy child. He'd throw fits, yell, and blame me if he woke up late, even though I'd set alarm after alarm to make sure he wasn't late. But I tolerated it because I believed that was just part of being a supportive partner. Our relationship wasn't without its challenges. He had a history of flirting with co-workers and old flings. I'd caught inappropriate texts more than once, and the biggest incident happened just weeks before I gave birth. Why did I stay? I don't know. Maybe it was desperation, a longing for the family I never had. I thought I could fix things, and for a brief moment after our son's birth, it felt like we were heading in the right direction. He worked hard, received 2 promotions in under a year, and brought in more money. I kept up my end of the deal, cooking, cleaning, making his lunches, and waking him for work. But one night, as I went through my usual routine, something felt off. My intuition, that little voice I'd tried so hard to ignore, was screaming at me. I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. After putting the kids to bed, I decided to go for my usual run. My sister watched the kids while I jogged through our apartment complex and onto a nearby trail. That's when I saw his car, parked in a different part of the complex. My heart dropped. He'd told me he was at work. Checking my phone, I noticed his location was turned off. The irony, sharing locations had been his idea to prove his loyalty after his earlier indiscretions. The next day, he came home earlier than usual, acting completely normal. He even brought gifts, but I couldn't meet his eyes. My mind was racing. While he showered, I checked his phone. My hands trembled as I read the messages. He'd been texting a young woman who lived in our complex. He told her he was on his way to give her vitamin D. They'd just met the day before. My heart shattered. This man, the father of my child, had let me wake him up, pack his lunch, and kiss him goodbye while he lied straight to my face. I quickly put the phone back before he noticed. When he came out of the shower, he acted as if nothing had happened. I played along, asking about his night at work. He said it was an easy shift. I bet it was, I thought to myself. The next day, I had the same gut feeling. Before he left for work, I checked his phone again. Sure enough, the texts confirmed he was planning to see her again. This time, I decided to play his game but on my terms. I packed his lunch with extra care, seasoning every dish with an obscene amount of salt. I filled his flask with dishwater. His favorite sandwiches made with spit and old fish grease. I kissed him goodbye with a smile and told him I loved him with enthusiasm I hadn't felt in years. Later that night, during my run, I saw his car parked in the same spot. Something inside me snapped. I went back to our apartment, grabbed every condiment, and decorated his car. Ketchup, mustard, mayo, and every other sticky, smelly substance I could find. Then I filled his car with trash he'd been too lazy to take out, dirty diapers, rotten tissues, and leftover food. It was a masterpiece of chaos. When he saw the mess, he had no words. I didn't care. This was just the beginning of my breaking point. Betrayal has a way of turning love into numbness, and I'm not sure if I'll ever feel the same again.